just another week, and Joey literally for 3 weeks of the show, 3 weeks of Joey not getting his microphone in check. It's honestly going to be part of our stick at this point. But welcome back to On Tap Bets. I'm your co-host, Brandon Suarez. I think I hear a little bit of my own echo coming in Joey's room. His microphone is fixed. But yeah, dude, we're here Thursday night. Got a little late night action on the ice. Looking forward to a big day on the diamond tomorrow. We got play-in games in the NBA. There is a whole bunch of sports this weekend. We're going to talk about all of them. But Joey, how we doing, my man, now that you got the mic in check?
Yeah, how you doing? Everything's doing good. Once we die early so we can live longer.
Yes.
Once we come back from the dead here. So, he is risen. We just had Easter last Sunday. I'm hoping for another type of holiday weekend here. We can hit some bets. You're on quite a bit of a run, it sounds like. Let's hear it, man. Let's hear this run. Let's hear the Don, the Godfather run.
Dylan says tail beat on, and now I'm living in a cardboard box on a day that the only bet I had lost in extra innings. He's awful. He refuses to tail me on the days that I'm just on a heater.
Why is he? That's Dylan. That's that personal Dylan stuff.
So last week I came on this show because I come on the show because I love this show, but I said, hey, we have not been doing up to our standard to start the MLB season. We have not been up to par as far as winning days and being up units.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped a 12-unit, nutty-ass day yesterday on them. Had some same-game parlays in there, had some footy in there, had a 2-unit play on Real Madrid, had some baseball in there, a couple winners on the Cubs game, no money line, 2 winners, a strikeout prop that hit on the last pitch, and then a first 5 under because Stroman's the man. And then other than that, I mean, we went back to last week. We called almost all of our shots on MLB. The Nats, Phillies, Schwarber came through in the 5th for us. We talked about the Cubs last week. Almost all the teams that we talked about and the things that we said were going to happen for the most part happened. I took a couple on the chin when we got to Saturday, Sunday on the pitch, but overall, a weekend that I'm up, I'm going to pull it up, but I think it's 16 units. So I'll take
16 units just on that was just that was through footy and through
that's just through everything. But hold on, let me pull the last.
But still though, right? That's still fucking solid.
And I lost today. I definitely lost today. Okay, not 16. 14.5.
Dude, I'm not even up that many units, and I hit a fucking outright this last Sunday. like I'm just being honest. Like that's
I'm getting spanked today, but I'm up 14.5 units since the last time we talked. All of, with the exception of a few live bullets, all posted on my Twitter for free. So promises delivered. Yeah, promises delivered. Get my followers back up. 5 different sports too: hockey, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, all of it. You name it, we got it. But enough of that. How have you been?
Been good, man. I've been good. I fell asleep, got home a little bit before 5 o'clock. Hit the couch, had a nice little wrap that my girlfriend left for me in the fridge that she got for lunch before going to work.
Didn't eat it. Still didn't eat it.
Oh, dude, I slammed the fuck out of it. I ate it. I absolutely ate it. I was so fat that as soon as I got done with it, I put it in the, in the solo cup, the wrap, the wrapper for the wrap, and then I just spread eagle on the couch and just passed out. Didn't even get to place a bet on the Blackhawks. On Taves, that goal. I completely spaced out, dude, and was it's Taves' last game as a Hawk. You woke me up by calling me. You called me. And I'm like, are you serious? Taves? That's what I fucking forgot. I just passed.
It's the first thing I said on the phone call. I'm like, dude, did you hit Taves? I tweeted Taves plus 200. And honestly, I didn't tweet anything else because I did a little Europa League earlier, went Jeff Fisher, and
Explain what Jeff Fisher is again, because I don't know. When people hear that, they're like, "What's?"
So I have since probably middle school, high school, always been a guy that's just speaks his own lingo, and Jeff Fisher is in our business when you go 500, and unless you got some plus money bangers in there, that 500 you're still you're down the juice usually. So you got it. There's getting outright ambushed, which happens, for example, Sunday that happened to me, and I loaded up on one game, DC Defenders XFL, they won. So I got it all back.
Yeah.
So I do not
Can we talk about that too when you're done talking about the Jeff Fisher?
We will. I will not suggest doing that, obviously, because it's just not a practical solution. I usually only bet 1 unit, 2 units, stuff like that. And yeah, I definitely whale played it because I was just confident like that. So I guess if you're confident in certain other things, it's okay to put a little bit more money on it. But in that mode, in that moment, already down like 3 units on the day and then just whopping 4 units on an XFL game, probably not the most responsible thing, but it hit. So
No, probably not. But you've been hitting those XFL games. So I mean,
yeah, honestly. And then we get the USFL back this week. But say what you got to say, and let's get to the most important thing because our Bulls did take care of business last night, and they lived to fight another day. So
I was looking for my Taves jersey. Instead, I got this thing that got stretched out from the hanger in the closet. This Blackhawks tried to represent the Taves last game tonight too. But I mean,
yeah, I could have went all out like Blackhawks jersey, Bulls hat.
Yeah, I was thinking it. I had the Bulls hat up there too. But no, man, I want to talk about the Defenders game because I'm fucking pissed. You had the Defenders, so I'm like, all right, yeah, why don't I tail them? They're up. They're -1.5. They should clear that. They should win by like 3. They should win by 2. Like it should be easy, So I hammer the Defenders. That was the 1 point game.
Yes.
The Defenders won the game.
They won
by 1. You had the money line. I had -1.5 live.
Yeah,
I lost by 0.5 point.
It's awful. And honestly, it turned into Puckerville population me towards the end of that game, let me tell you, because they were smooth sailing for a while. And then they gave up they got pick 6 or scoop and scored or whatever on a 2-point conversion. So there's no extra points. You can go for 1 from the 2-yard line. You can go for 2 from the 5. You can go for 3 from the 10.
Oh, I love how they do it, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't kick any extra points. And there are field goals and punts, but even the punts are a little bit different. But
imagine a Bears game like that, though.
Ben DiNucci turned into prime Joe Montana, and he also has Josh Gordon and Philip Lindsay on his team. So they were just able to keep answering, but they couldn't get – they went for 3 to try to win the game. All right, I want to say it might have been 2. Whatever it was, they needed to get 1 or 2 points, and they were going for that extra point to get it, didn't get it. So that's why it ended on that number, but –
yeah,
that was a stinky one.
Well, you cleared though. You cleared me. Well, I got left on the shitter.
As we get into Bulls, one thing I will say is obviously we're Chicago people, but if you look at the numbers from what we've put out from the games that we bet on our teams this week, you have a +525 same game parlay for the Bulls yesterday. You have a +200 money line for the Bulls yesterday. 2 winners in the Cubs game, no money line, like I said. You also were with us on Tuesday night, and this is why I sound the way I sound. Came back from down 7-0 to win the game.
I need to see
and
that
the
video.
The Bulls came back down from 19 to win the game. We got a Taves goal in a sport that I am not an expert at, and I just bet on vibes and narrative alone. So, yes, we are betting a lot of other stuff, but when it does come to our teams, I don't know. I'm not going to say we have an edge like we're pro bettors, but we are pretty sharp with our teams, I'll say.
With our teams, I think we are pretty good. And that's the one thing that we kind of talked about before getting on here is with the Chicago teams lately, I feel like I've been just kind of riding the money lines and riding certain players on the teams. But when it comes to even the Bears, we're good at spotting the deficiencies and which players should.
I got 17 donations in my account ready for football season. Let's not talk about it already.
Are you? Let's not talk about it. Listen, the Bears. I've got a 100-1 Super Bowl ticket that I placed before they started making free agent moves.
We're rooting for it anyways. So I mean,
$5 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, $10, dude. Whatever. It's a great bet. Is it going to hit? Probably not. But
absolutely not if they don't get help on the defensive line. And
you pull up to the bar and you're like, "Hey, buddy, guess what?" You whisper, I got 101. I got 101 ticket, and he's like, "Ooh, the Bears." Yeah, dude.
You're a fucking moron.
Yeah, you're an idiot. I used to go to this gym where this guy every year placed $100 or $1,000 or whatever his unit size was on the Bears to win the Super Bowl every year. And I don't think he was old enough to gamble in '85, so that sucks. I'm not as committed to that. when we have a team that's worth the shit that I think can win a Super Bowl, dude, I'll lay the lumber on it. But
dude, imagine having a ticket on a Fridge Tutty in the Super Bowl. Oh, what would an anytime Fridge?
We would be in a studio right now having this conversation. We would be. You see what's behind me in my fake living room? That's where we'd be in some spot like that. Like
we'd be in the real piano room
with the microphones like hanging over our head, and like 3 different cameramen. But that's okay.
Fireplace is all lit and everything.
We get it out the mud, as I have no voice. Shout out to Nelson Velasquez for killing my voice with that grand slam earlier in the week. But our Chicago Bulls travel to South Beach tomorrow to take on the Miami Heat in a play-in game that will get them the 8 seed if they win. And I don't know how much of the play-in games that you watched this week.
Just so far. I had a little bit of the second game on, but
so humble brag. I watched all 4, placed 5 wagers, actually 6, won 5. I lost the same gamer because Jimmy Butler has fake dreads. I don't know how else to explain it. But
not a Butler guy, huh?
No, I had to burn his jersey after the game, man. I needed like 7 points from him in the fourth quarter, and he didn't score 1. And they were getting absolutely smoked, so it's like he needed to score. But I took the Hawks plus 5.5. That honestly, when it comes to the playoffs, I think you always roll with a team that, in my opinion, has better shooters and get hot. They have that popcorn effect, right? Hawks have that popcorn effect. The Heat do not. And
Murray, Young.
Yeah, they can get hot in a hurry and they can get up on you, and the Heat aren't built to come back like that. But I will say it's back-to-back games at home, and we've beaten the Heat 3 times this year. We've played them 3 times. We beat them all 3 times. Those kind of things scare me because it's like, okay, they're professionals too. They lace their shoes up the same way and put their jersey on the same way. Jimmy Butler knows how we get down in Chicago. He started his career here, for Christ's sake. Loved him to death as a player. I'm just joking. Like, I still love Jimmy, obviously, even though he didn't cash. But it's the same line. It's a rat line. It's plus 5.5. It's plus 180. Some shops might have it closer to 200, like come tip off. But I'm taking the Bulls, bias or not, dude. Like, Zach LaVine. Like, let's talk about Zach LaVine, right?
Yeah,
I raised my hand. I raised my hand as someone that is always vocal about, like, what are we doing paying all this money to a guy that he doesn't have it here, right?
Mm-hmm. It looks like you're pointing to the right side on the screen.
I don't know which side my heart's on. I still have no voice because after Nelly V and the Northside Bombers came back on the Mariners, I followed that up with just screaming at my TV about that Bulls game last night. So going through it, but Zach LaVine, 39 points, and he didn't even hit 3 threes. Dude, that was a venomous 39 points. A venomous, like driving to the lane. I'm bigger than you. I want it more than you, and we are going to win this game down 19. I think momentum alone is worth the plus 180, plus 200. Like, I'm taking it.
He put the team on his back. He really put the team on his back. And look, there were points in that game where I got frustrated because he was so fucking good and locked in, especially second half and the fourth quarter, that I'm like, dude, just get it to LaVine. He's going to create something. He was dishing it off. Like Caruso had some nice buckets that, they distributed a little bit with Vooch too. Like and first of all, let's not discount the DeMar DeRozan daughter effect. How long until they start banning her from courtside?
Hey, if we play the Lakers, LeBron is throwing her out of the arena. I promise you.
Dude, yeah, and fuck the Lake Show. Sorry, Dylan. I don't know why you come in here and say that.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. But, dude, I think LaVine, like, he pissed me off. A minute to go in that game, they're up 3, and he hacks one from deep. He hit 2. He had 2 later on in the
shot clock. Early in the shot clock, too, there was like 13 seconds left. It was a kill shot, which in today's NBA, and especially in college, you could be down 1. And you'll see motherfuckers in college just only shoot a 3. Blows my mind. Take the easy basket.
Well, take your time. Take your time.
Take 12 more seconds with you. Because honestly, too, we haven't talked about it yet. We almost got fleeced so hard on that call. The foul call.
That foul was bullshit.
Yeah. I think it was Caruso. Maybe.
And then there was one on Levine they called that was like,
yeah, but the foul I'm talking about was like they gave him 3 shots. He was not like he wasn't even close to putting the shot.
Oh no,
he had
no
just
way.
caught the ball.
The announcers were saying it. That they were saying like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure they're not going to call him." I mean, he grabbed
was
him,
so shocked. Yeah,
and then the dude chucked it up like he was not even close to shooting that ball yet.
Absolutely absurd in that moment. But DeMar DeRozan's daughter came through 18 of 36 on free throws, and she sounded like a crying baby on an airplane every time they shot it. So
every time, didn't they miss 18 free throws? Yeah,
I could hear it through the broadcast. I know they have powerful mics at these games, but that's got to count for something. And the Heat are just like a shambolic team right now, dude. Like,
bro,
I don't know.
She was a plant, though. She was a plant. DeMar knew.
Industry plant.
He went up there on the podium. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess she went viral. I was just checking to see if she was okay. Like, no, dude, come on. You set this shit up. You know.
It was nicely played. And honestly, DeMar, he had a low-key game. Not low-key game, but low-key game by his standards. 23, 7 assists. And he let Zach cook. And you know what? Maybe it's the passing of the guard that we need to see with Zach LaVine, being locked up long-term. And DeMar DeRozan presumably only having like a couple more years where he's at that level where he's the number 2. Maybe this is the passing of the guard that we saw last night. But one thing I will say is in situations like this, we can really only ever look at the NCAA tournament, right? And I look at teams that win that play-in game and they're just hot at the right time. And I think that coming back from down 19, the defense that they played in that second half, Pat Bev, Caruso, saw LaVine locking shit up. Everybody was kind of just doing their part, doing their one of one.
Blocks from behind.
Listen, you have to have nuts of steel to be laying 5.5 with this Miami Heat team in this game. I don't care that they're at home. I don't care that they're the perceived better team and they're the perceived favorite. It sounds biased coming from me sitting here in my Bulls hat. The Bulls are winning this game.
I'm with you. I'm betting Bulls money line. I'm looking at props right now. I'm going to pull them up real fast. So if you see me, obviously I'm not.
Yeah, honestly, just lock me in for Bulls money line, and then give me a square package. Give me DeMar and LaVine over, and it might be altered a little bit, maybe like 20, 25, what I did the other day. But I'll tell you what. Zach LaVine's total is going to be closer to 28.5, maybe 29.5. Even though it's a play,
I think he's getting 30 plus though. He's getting 30 plus.
Yeah, I think he kind of has to. But I just think that this is a perfect spot for the Bulls. This is a smash spot. Plus 5.5. If you don't want to take the money line, it's still a great bet. But
you can get Vooch boards over 10.5 right now too. I like. I think Vooch gets a double. Bulls win. Look for that performance double on
performance.
Performance on FD. Bet Rivers are our sponsors though, but just you got to cheat here and there once in a while.
Yeah, just so you can get the right spots. But
look for the right spots. But
I'm telling you, that's going to be a great game in Miami too.
He's had pretty good games against Miami too. I feel like this year Vooch has. So
the only thing that worries me is Bam is physical down there. And Vooch don't like too much of that.
He doesn't, especially in the big games. Like, that's what worries me about Vooch. The big games, Vooch kind of like fading away, especially down low. But I do think he's going to get enough boards. I think he gets 10 plus, I think, and 10 plus points. So if you want that double, I don't know. I think definitely LaVine points over though. If you're looking at, if it's
anywhere between 25 and 27.5, like I'm taking it. I'll take it anywhere up to 30, to be honest. 29.
Might even take a little narrative and go Jimmy Buckets points over too against the Bulls.
I won't bet it because it's a win or go home game for my team. So it's like
it's gonna infuriate you.
I am in the trenches with my boys. Win, lose, no draw because it ain't footy. But
got the beat on Army gear on, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm in the trenches with the boys, but. I like this next game, though, too. This next game, the Thunder take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves are another team that's, like, in shambles right now, right? The Timberwolves last Sunday had Rudy Gobert punch Kyle Anderson in the face. And then Jaden McDaniel, or say that 5 times fast. Jaden McDaniels, he dislocated his wrist or something of that nature, punching the locker room wall. So it's just a team that
It's like hitting things.
and listen, they were up big on the Lakers. They were up almost all game on the Lakers. And they still ended up losing to the Lakers. So not only did they just get their hearts ripped out in a game that they thought, hey, we win this game, we're in the playoffs. Everything is taken care of, and we're the 7th seed. They lose that game.
Yeah.
They bring Rudy back for this game, so they'll get Gobert back. They'll have a little bit more of a rebounding presence. And I don't know, man. It's another one where it's like, do you have the nuts to lay 5.5, or I think a flat 5 right now at some spots for the Timberwolves, or are you riding the team that's hot, that probably has no business being there, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey just refuse to let them lose,
Yeah, I think you gotta like these playing games. I think it's almost like dog or nothing. And when you're more than a possession of a dog, if it's more than 3, if it's like 3.5 or up, I think you're going dog or nothing. Like the playing games are kind of that game 7 type of feel, right? Like it's
like seeing lines that are 5 across the board for all these games. And let me tell you, the dogs covered in every game of the first 4. Timberwolves covered, Bulls covered.
Does that make us nervous though? That this is like it's going to turn?
That it turns here, maybe. But
or is that
I
just
don't know. I try not to buy into the Vegas is rigged type shit too much. Like I said on the first show, you bet what you like, you live with the result. Right now, I'm not. I got one that I didn't mention at the top of the show that the Ducks are down 3-1 now, Joey. And
I was an idiot for that.
Yeah, my under is probably going with it too. So not great, but hey, this was.
I live bet the Ducks before. I don't think we said that when we got on here. I live bet the Ducks. Edon called me before the show, and I live bet the Ducks.
You got bet something, right?
They were up 1-0, and I'm like, yeah, this is like the Hawks narrative. Like, whatever.
Yeah, we need the Ducks to win. It's not happening.
So just
Jackets getting Bedard, yeah. It's okay. I'm gonna die with you on like an empty netter, maybe before the stream ends. Who knows? But dude, I think it's another tight game. I think it's a game that similar to what we saw the other night or last night in the Pelicans game, where it's like the Pelicans were up 9, and then the Thunder were up 9, and then the Pelicans were up 5. And it just kept these are games of runs. These are going to be close games, and it's going to be maybe who has the last possession or who can get hot at the end of the game. And I think that I really like being in the position with these teams being so evenly matched to have that 5.5 or 5, if it's flat 5, it's still fine to me. You have a push possibility if they lose by exactly 5, which isn't great, but I don't know. This is a game that I think that they can win outright. And I don't think.
Are you sick enough? ML?
I may sprinkle, but I think that an important thing when you're laying a spread bet and you're getting points, right? Unless it's one of those sicko college football ones that's like plus 24.5, right? You don't make that bet unless you think the team can win outright. That's like my personal opinion. In a game like this where the line is so short at 5.5, I think that you have to think that they can win the game outright. So yes, I will sprinkle.
So it justifies it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because basketball,
I will.
A couple of quick buckets, dude, that puts you it puts you in the lead by 1.
And you got free throws at the end. You got this is the end of the season, so it's not like you're probably not really going to look at a dribble out situation unless it's a blowout. And if it's a blowout, we're either in the green by 20 points or we don't have a chance anyways. To where like a last second 3 or a last second layup would help us in any way, So
would you buy narrative with T-Wolves first half and
maybe do a double result? Dude, those double results pay out nice.
T-Wolves first half, Thunder spread, end of game spread or something like that. Can we get that? Can we find those lines?
So the only way you can do it is money line.
It's all just money line.
Yeah, you can do like T-Wolves first half money line, and I think FanDuel has them. I think you do them on Rivers. I think you can do them on PointsBet. They're pretty much, and DraftKings has them too. They're pretty much everywhere. I really only do halftime, full time in soccer, and that's if like I'm betting a team that's minus 300 money line, and I just I have to get it down to like plus 100 or something,
Right.
But, dude, honestly, that's something that I'm down to experiment on with the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs, there's a lot of angles. This is just the first weekend. We just have had a few games.
Maybe we go first quarter T-Wolves.
That's perverted. You are sick, dude. First quarter bets. And honestly, I'll tell you this: in my history of betting first quarters, if you're up by 10, like the first team that's up by 10, stop watching because you're not hitting.
Well, hey, they're minus 1.5 for the first.
No,
quarter.
I know. I'm telling you though, if your team is the first team to be up by like 10 in that quarter, and you need them minus 1.5, turn it off because you're not hitting. Because the comeback is imminent.
Comeback in that run.
You're gonna get keistered so hard, Seattle Dragons style. And I feel me like
I need like a spread, like first 10, first like 5,
like a race to 10 or something. Like a race to 10 is kind of sick.
I can't. That's so random, dude. That's so fucking random.
Very random.
All right, let's move on to baseball.
We're gonna move on to baseball. Thunder plus 5. Joey likes the Thunder money line. I will probably be sprinkling, and maybe we'll put together a same game parlay for that one.
I'm betting Thunder spread, but I'm probably going Thunder money line.
All right, so official one is Thunder plus 5. Yeah, dude, 15 MLB games tomorrow. 15. And it's honestly criminal because they're not staggered like they were last week. They do not start until 5:40 p.m. And my phone is being absolutely banana lands right now. Who said SGA is him?
The hotline's calling you.
Hotline's calling me. Dylan in the chat says SGA is winning. He's him.
Yeah, all right, Dill. All right. We're on the same page here. All right. I'm a little worried about the Dylan curse though again, but
so the first pitch of the day is the D-backs Marlins game. You got Mad Bum against Trevor Rogers, and it's at Miami. The line for this is Miami minus 155.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on full fade mode of Bumgarner.
He's awful right now.
A bum at this point. Mason Saunders.
He is so bad right now.
I think you had his rodeo name wrong. What did you call him? Something Peach?
Oh my God, Peach Fuzz or something like that. I forgot. It was like the Arkansas Peach or something.
Yeah, but I think it was like Mason Saunders is his actual name.
Peaches and cream. That's what it was.
Yeah, the 3-1-2 cracking him. Wasn't that the band? Wasn't that like a 3-1-2 or something? I don't even know.
No, I remember that song when I was a kid. So, the over under is 9.5. Honestly, dude, I probably won't end up betting this game just because it's gross. I don't really like either of these teams. But if I had to, I would take a look at Miami Marlins first 5 money line.
I kind of think
first 5 minus half because the money line will be more juice.
Yeah, I kind of think Trevor Rogers is better than what he's been so far, even this year. And I think last year I think he's due for a bounce back this year. So I'm going to go with the first 5 as well, minus a half. You can grab it. Minus 105, I see it.
And you know what? You know what, too, dude? He pitched against the Mets twice. Okay, so it's like...
Yeah, that's a tough...
Let's see what you look like against someone else that's not the Mets. So... honestly, it might work its way onto my card. I don't necessarily hate it. The Marlins have more bats in the lineup this year, and if you can just get Rogers to outperform Bumgarner, you should have an easy cash in the 5th.
I do think the problem with this pick here is that I think the D-backs are much better, and I said that coming into the season. I think the D-backs are much better than
they've been overperforming. They're 8-5. They're in first place. I know it's the second week of the season, but still they're in first place.
Right, overperforming, but I don't see them as a team that's going to kind of fade away necessarily. They could hover that 500 type of season, So, but they have young, exciting players. They have young, exciting players,
and they have a couple good arms. America Kelly did the thing for me last week. That under turned into Puckerville.
We can't call him America Kelly just because he was on the USA team. This is not. We're not doing that. This is not. He shouldn't have been pitching for that team.
Listen, America Kelly.
He should have been pitching for that team. All right, Trevor Rogers, first 5 Marlins.
First 5. The Phillies and Reds. And honestly, maybe I'm just not good at baseball free agency. But I was like last week years old when I found out Taijuan Walker's an absolute traitor into the Phillies.
Taijuan Walker. Hey man, I like Taijuan Walker. Don't talk shit about Taijuan
All right.
Walker.
I don't. Taijuan Walker, Connor Overton. You got over 9.5 and Philly minus 150. Another gross game. Gross lines.
What was the line at?
Minus 150 tilted towards Philly, and over under is 9.5.
Over under 9.5. Connor Overton against Walker. Man, what's that? I don't really know. I'd still lean Taijuan Walker, but if you're like, this is one of those random ones.
Yeah. I mean, if let's be honest, I don't actually hate Taijuan Walker, but I have been smoked on Taijuan Walker bets when he was a Met. So maybe he can get some of that Met stink off of him. But again, this is another game that I'm not necessarily Yeah, we'll pass. We're punting on the Taijuan Walker Connor Overton fest, but another grossy, another just absolutely disgusting game. Are you ready for this? Are your ears ready for a shower? Sean Manaea and the San Francisco Giants travel to Comerica Park, take on Joey Wentz and the Detroit Tigers. This one is San Fran minus 145, over under 9.
What's the over under 9?
Hey, is the juice worth the squeeze? Everything's 9. Everything is at 9. Is the juice worth the squeeze though? At minus 145.
Not for me. I'd probably take the under in Comerica though. Well, didn't they adjust the fence over there too? They did, right? They adjusted fences and
yeah. And honestly, dude, like the way the weather is in the Midwest right now, I can assume it's something like what we're working with right now. So the ball might, like it's probably decent up there. A little bit colder because they're more northern than us, but still.
First inning run. Over.
Oh, Dylan, over. A little Yerfie.
A Yerfie. Have you ever done the Yerfie?
Dude, I have, and they never hit because I'm just terrible at picking Yerfies. But
predicting the Yerfies are so tough. I mean, they're so random, but
listen, I'll say it to the people. Dylan, you're gonna roast me forever for this, but I, Brandon Suarez, bet a no runs first inning this evening. That finished with 11 runs in the top half of the inning.
Awful.
I have no further comment on this bet. There is a reason why I only tweeted out one bet tonight, and it was Jonathan Taves' goal, and that shit hit. But it's got to go Cy Hill because Rich Hill hit a Nerfie yesterday. All right. Either way, Joey's on the Yerfie. Stinky game. Honestly,
I'm really not on it. I just threw that out.
I will say this though. If money starts to come in on the Tigers and that number drops like minus 130, I'll take the Giants there. The number comes down a little bit. I like the Giants at like minus 130, minus 135. Not a great game to bet on, but gun to head. And it's on Apple TV. I'm betting it.
That's too sick for me. I don't want anything to do with this game.
All right, here's a good one.
Manaea can always shit the bed too.
A good former Cubs legend. Trevor Williams and Cal Quantrill, okay? Cleveland travels to Washington. Cleveland is a minus 155. And Joey, can you take a guess on what the over-under is?
I'm going to say it's like 10.5 or 9.5. It's got to be 9.
No,
right?
It's 9. It's just 9 on the dot. Everything.
Yeah, we're going over, though. We're going over on that. It should be 10.5, in my opinion, yeah.
10.5, okay. Over.
I think so. I know the offenses can be like.
Listen though, but in the have you watched the Nationals game though, dude?
Is it in Washington? Wait,
it's in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, take the over.
Dude, the Nats literally get an error every game. Every time I turn on Nationals baseball, they're getting an error.
That leads to runs. There we go.
Always.
They're not good at defense. They are not good at defense. But T-Dog. Remember his dad when he was with the Cubs? His dad was cool as shit, sitting at in the stands. And
oh yeah, no, he was a lifelong Cubs fan. That dude was a homie.
I kind of lean Nats too. Let's go against all of the Ohio teams since Dylan's in the chat.
Listen, I'm gonna go against you. This first time we're disagree. I'm taking again because it's juice. It's minus 150. I'm gonna go first 5. We're first 5 curves this week. Cal Quantrill, just get it done. Just do your job. The Guardians score like mystery runs every game. They score runs off balls that are hit 32 miles an hour directly at someone that they just can't make a play. Like you saw how they're the Guardians. They're gonna find a way to be ahead after the fifth.
Yeah, and especially if the Nets are making a ton of errors.
Yeah.
Fighting. Don't put that up.
I have to make a sacrifice for the betterment of baseball tomorrow, though. You ready for this?
Yeah, what's the sacrifice?
I have to bet on the Tampa Bay Rays, a team that I hate, a team that I said at the beginning of the season is terrible at baseball.
They're never losing again.
They're never losing again, and they have a $72 million payroll, and they're 13-0, and I have faded them the last 2 days, and I am just draining. But I am.
Imagine if you get that right, though. Imagine if you pick the right.
If I get it right, then you're just the smartest guy in the room. But it's Jose Berrios. It's Jose Berrios and Drew Rasmussen, right? It's at Toronto. And they obviously, like I said, they haven't lost a game yet. It's minus 125 for Tampa, plus 105 for Toronto. I'm taking Tampa here. Tampa will lose their first game tomorrow because I am taking them, and I have to ruin it for them because after 2 days of going against them, the only logical thing to do, right, is to bet on them to win, and then they're going to lose. But Jose Berrios is awful. He's so bad. He is so bad. He was brought in to be a top-end rotation guy, and he is like their fifth or sixth guy.
I used to love Jose Berrios, too.
Yeah, no, listen, it is bad. He used to be really good, and now it's just every time he comes in, you turn on that game, and it's like the Blue Jays are down like 4-1 in the second inning every time.
Dude, my long-ass nose hairs wouldn't be able to stop my sickness if I fucking bet on the Blue Jays in this spot.
No, you can't. You have to take – listen, you have to take Tampa even though they have literally not lost a baseball game yet this season. And if you don't like the win angle, I'm trying to pull up the team run line right now or their team total. Tampa team total is 4.5. You can get it the best price at minus –
They just hit bomb, dude.
I know. Best price is FanDuel. Second best price, our friends at Bet Rivers. Minus 114 at FanDuel, minus 121 at Bet Rivers. The 4.5, dude. They had like one run into the fifth inning, and they still dropped like 8 today.
That's the team total you're saying?
4.5.
Yeah.
Over 4.5 or money line. Both are bettable for me.
I mean, I just think you just take the money line. It's a lock at this point. Like.
They win 4-3.
It's not really, but yeah. So tomorrow's the day they lose. But we're both taking the money line.
We're both taking them, so they're definitely losing tomorrow. But it's neither here nor there. Like I said, I like both. I'll probably end up taking both, either the 4.5 or the 4.5 and the money line. And then the next game, if my Action Network will ever work again, is an even grosser game. Baltimore, your favorite, travels to the shitbox on the south side of Chicago to take on the Chicago White Sox, who they're bad right now, dude. They can't score runs. Like, they literally just cannot. They're losing games like 1-0, 2, 3-2, 4-3, shit like that. It's bad over there. And people are getting hurt. They lost Tim Anderson. They lost Eloy.
It's every year with them, honestly.
It's piling up. It's not looking hot for them. And this is a very good spot. Baltimore is swinging the shit out of the bats. And maybe it's a little bit of an overreaction because they played the A's this last series. But Baltimore's minus 120 traveling to the White Sox. Taking Baltimore here.
What's the pitching matchup in that game?
Tyler Wells and Mike Clevinger.
Yeah, I don't know. I might need to go Sox here. I'm gonna be against you. I'm gonna go Clev Dog here. The guy that nobody likes because his off the field stuff. I don't say I like him, but I think he's been. I think the Sox might come through here in this matchup. But damn it, I love the Orioles too. So I think I'm just gonna avoid it. I might just avoid it.
I can't believe I just heard you say I think the Sox are gonna come through here, dude. You're a sick fuck.
I know, especially against the Orioles, who I
really are a sick fuck. Yeah. All right, so next game up. Oh, I actually skipped over one earlier. I'm going to draw my first -1.5 of the season.
Uh-oh.
This is
Braves?
no, this is a 6 o'clock start, 6:05. Yes Network. Nestor Cortez, my countryman, my fellow Cubanman. They got absolutely smoked today, dude. It was 11-2 at Yankee Stadium. They're winning tomorrow, and they're winning by 2 or more.
Well, I like Nestor Cortez to go.
It's Nestor Cortez versus a guy that I have never heard of.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I saw that name.
Varland.
That was one that was a little. I don't recognize this name.
I skipped over that one. That's a 6:05 first pitch, but yeah. Oh, it says Tyler Mahle on ESPN.
Oh, Molly's pitching instead?
Yeah, Tyler Mahle.
Molly, popping Molly on flex.
All right, hold the line. If it is that dick baller that's not Tyler Mahle, I'm taking the -1.5. If it's Tyler Mahle, we'll reassess and we will post it tomorrow.
That's fair.
If it's the dick baller, the Yankees, even team total. Rizzo hit 2 nukes today. Okay, Rizzo seeing the ball nicely. Took a live under that he just clappuccinoed. And then in the bottom of the 9th, when it didn't matter. But that one is over with.
Wait, let's roll out there Nestor over strikeouts too.
Yo, what's his line at?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I'll look at it.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. Yeah,
but he went under. I took over 5.5 last game because I thought
he's going over this time. It's 5.5 again.
He's going over this time. Same line. Yep.
Dude, and honestly, can I say something too? If you have a good pitching matchup against the Yankees, a guy that strikes people out, take their number, and in some instances, ladder their number. They let Joe Ryan go pee-hole to pee-hole 10 times tonight, dude.
Oh, no, Joe Ryan's legit, though. Like
I know.
Joe Ryan's legit. Listen, like, he's turning into an ace, in my opinion.
10 strikeouts in front of all the Yankee scum should not be taken lightly.
Yeah, but they just have they have power bats. You're right, though. They have, like,
they strike out, dude. They don't even have Joey Gallo anymore. They still strike out a lot.
They still don't matter.
I'm not even looking at the strikeout chart. I just know because B knows ball.
Strikeout chart.
B fucking knows ball, dude. The next one. Wait, what is this? Atlanta -1.
Butts.
Yeah, dude. Atlanta's -140 against Kansas City at Kansas City, and your boy Brady Singer's on the bump for the Royals. Charlie Morton for the Braves. Wait, what is that line?
I mean, Morton's just like I don't trust Morton at this stage in his career.
It's the Royals, dude. Vinny Pasquantino and the Espresso Machine boys.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta ride with the Italian Espresso boys, and like I with Brady Singer on the mound, I'm taking the Royals plus money line. Yeah,
plus 110. I just don't know if that's valuable enough.
You're saying I'm seeing plus 131 somewhere. Oh wait, no. Rivers.
Yeah, I'm a jack off. I have all the odds in front of me right now.
Oh, okay, right. So, I don't know. I would take a Singer.
Yeah, they're -140 though, dude. That still seems low. A Singer strikeout probably might not be bad. Again,
so you're saying you're going to be on the break?
Yeah, I'm on Action, and all 4 people on Action have KC, and they're all up units. So we're taking Atlanta. Fuck them.
Wait, that's why you're just like zigging when they zag?
Yeah, no, fuck them. They're losers. Oh my God. Units too, bro. Okay,
they're all plus units though in baseball.
Yeah. All right, but listen, dude. Listen. Okay, so KC Atlanta.
I'm
the over/under is 9. I might like a little under here, dude. Under 9.
I don't hate it. Yeah.
And I called the correct score that I didn't bet last week. Do you remember? I said the Dodgers game I got under 9. I think it finishes 5-2.
Legit 5-2, wasn't it?
Legit finished 5-2.
We called the entire game, I think.
Yeah, that was some of my dude. I was messaging you the next day. I'm like, dude, I'm listening back to the pod right now, and we fucking went off. But,
well, how did I not make more units off that night though? Because there was a couple that were a little bit screwy.
The Astros messed us up, and I think that we just took a couple different things, and I didn't take you to Italy with me in the morning. Not that you would have got on the gondola.
I would have went on the gondola. If we're betting on Italy, I wasn't paying attention to that. I should have been paying.
Yeah, no. Next time I go to Italy, I'll take you with me. But all right. So here we have a close to pick'em game, or a relatively nickel on each side. You have the Angels traveling to Boston. Pablo Sandoval against Tanner Houck. Angels are -115. And the Red Sox fucking stink right now. They might stink all season, but they stink especially right now.
Yeah, Tanner Houck, underrated young pitcher. Sandoval, though, really nasty. Obviously.
Over-under is 9.5. Pretty high.
That's too high. That's too high. Where's this game at? Is it in Boston?
It's at Fenway.
Maybe it's not too high.
They're just dicking them over the big monster.
Yeah. But I think I'd probably go Angels here, though.
Yeah, I like Angels, and if I had to pick a total, I'd lean under, or maybe a first 5 under. I think first 5 under is not bad. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
First 5 under would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if first 5 under is a flat number of 5, and it's -105 on the under.
Yeah, take the first 5 under.
You're gonna run an inning.
One of these pitchers, they're pretty good young pitchers. One of them will step up, I think.
They're both undefeated on the season.
I think that's a good call. First 5 under 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sharp. Sharp enough for me.
You could get 5.5 actually too, but that's juiced.
What is it, like -125?
-130 I'm seeing somewhere.
That dropped anywhere near -120. I'm hammering that.
Yeah, I don't know if it will, but I'd take the 5 though still.
Dude, the one that I got on the Cubs the other day at Wrigley, a day after 23 runs were scored, was probably some of my sickest work.
Okay, you bet that.
I bet it the day after you did, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm so fucking pissed. I had the under in the highest scoring Cubs game, I'm pretty sure, of the season. With the Nelly V comeback. I had the under in the game, even though the wind was blowing out. I just went against the grain.
It was a high number. It was a high number.
It was high as fuck. And I was like, Wes Nasty is gonna step up. He's gonna bounce back in this spot.
Wes Stinky was the case that night, but
we're not going to hate on him, though. I like Wisniewski. I know you're off the wagon. But
the bats picked him up. No, I'm just an asshole. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am just a prick. Like, remember when Stroman stunk at the beginning of last year? I'm like, get him off my team, send him back to the Mets.
Now you're betting every strikeout prop.
Now I can't wait for every 5th day. I'm fucking hooked, dude. I love the emotion. Him and Steele at the top end of the rotation. The only thing that would get me even more excited is if Keegan was rolling out the 3rd day. But Keegan's doing his thing in the bullpen, so is Adler. The next game that we have, Texas against Houston. Texas is +135. Martin Perez on the bump against Luis Garcia. Over-under is 8.5. I kind of like Texas, dude. Astros, dude, the Astros have bent me over every single time I bet on them this year. I'm not even kidding. They ruined a perfect day. Dylan's living in a cardboard box because they didn't come through. Like, I think this is a revenge spot. And honestly, too, Luis Garcia has not looked great this year. Martin Perez has looked a little bit better. It's not really like an away game. They're both from Texas, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're right in the backyard, right? So, I mean.
They got bats to match.
I just
in the lineup, Seager.
I'm in a tough spot where I don't know what I want to bet with these teams that are hot to start the season. Like, when does it shift?
Well, it's like us when the Cubs win the first 2 games of every series, and we're like, oh, we're gonna get the sweep, and then they lose by 50 that 3rd game.
Yeah, or not even hot teams, but just not as good as what they normally do. Like, the Astros are not performing like normal, and
yeah,
I'm wondering when that kind of shifts. So
I like Texas here, dude. +140.
Martin Perez is like one of those underrated. Look at the year he had last season. Like,
his ERA right now is 2.53, and I'm pretty sure his loss is against the Cubs.
He's sneaky though. Like, he had a really good year last year. Kind of came out of nowhere again.
10 innings pitched, 12 Ks, 13 hits allowed, 4 runs, 3 hits.
Yeah, let's go Rangers. All right.
Okay, why not?
You bet on the plus money dogs this early in the season. I feel like you kind of have to.
I think this game should be closer to, dare I say, +110, maybe like +100.
This is the one where the books should have tried to
Dude.
recoup the money. They should have made everybody minus 110 and just one
Just
automatic.
let everyone pick, yeah.
Why don't they
my
do that with
thing
every
is,
fucking
my
game?
thing
Make
is,
it
though,
all
dude,
minus 110 and they always win.
just you pick. The Astros are a team
Pretty much do, though.
that is not performing at the level that they should. Now, are we going to be on the wrong side of it tomorrow when they find the game that they've been looking for all week? Maybe, but I do like Texas' chance to win this game.
Yeah, let's go.
Texas Rangers money line. Let's ride. All right.
All right, Ross.
We're getting a little bit later in the slate. You got Pittsburgh, who absolutely smoked St. Louis tonight. You got Jovan Oviedo against Jordan Woodford. Pittsburgh plus 140, St. Louis minus 165. I don't like this game at all. Over under.
I see 8.5.
Yeah, I got 9 on action, but I just
had consensus is 9 though, I think. So you're right. I don't want anything to do with it.
Stay away from me, you nasty Buccos and you nasty Cardinals.
Oviedo used to be a Cardinal though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a little narrative for me. I might but they know him. They know him well, that means.
Yeah. So they
let's go Cardinals. I think I just
and they got smoked. I think they lost like 5-0 was the final tonight.
Oviedo was kind of good the last time out, I feel like, though.
Dylan got the soundbite when Nelly B hit the homer. All-time down soundbite that night.
Oh, he saw it? Man, send me that in a minute.
I will.
All right, so I like I don't want anything to do with this game.
Yeah,
I just talked myself back the other way. Yeah.
The next game, you got Senga and the Mets going to the worst MLB setup. They're going to the Coliseum to play Oakland. They're minus 200. Their first 5 is minus 110. First 5, me.
Yeah. Minus 110 first 5 Mets.
It's Senga against Caprillion.
I can never trust Caprillion, ever.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Like
Senga versus Caprillion.
What's the dude from Dragon Ball Z? Like,
I didn't watch it. I was not a Dragon Ball Z guy.
I don't know. Never mind, because I can't think of the name right now. I'm pretty sure
that
sounds similar. So we're betting Senga. We like Sega Genesis. We don't.
Sega Genesis money line. The next game is Milwaukee San Diego. The only MLB game that I believe is going on right now. It's Eric Lauer and Michael Wacha. No, I got nothing on action. Do you have anything for this game? It just
I don't see a line. No.
Gross game, but
I think Wacha's underrated, though. I think he's been pitching a lot better than.
His ERA is only at 3.
Career norms, like even last year, he pitched pretty well.
Yeah, I have no listed line for anything.
If you get the Padres plus money in this spot, I think I'm gonna hit the Padres.
Even closer to a pick 'em. Even at I'd take the Padres. That's a minus 125.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 130.
So they got a ton of good righties too that can hit Lauer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that. Or first 5.
Yeah, first 5 would be a good shout there. All right, there's 2 games left. 2 stinkers. 1 stinker and the best game of the day. You got
the best game of the day when the Rockies are involved.
Oh yeah, you got Rockies traveling to Seattle. Austin Gomber against Marco Gonzalez. Mariners are minus 175, and the over/under is 8.5.
The only thing that sucks about this is I hope they don't sit Jared Kelenic against a lefty.
Dude, he hit a home run every game against us, bro.
Yeah, dude, he hit a 482 bomb, 482 bomb to dead center, up above the bushes, whatever.
I got insider information from my old roommate. He was at the game and he was just in that bleachers for BP. He sent a picture of a ball that Jared Kelenic hit.
Oh no, where'd it go?
No, he just sent me a picture of the ball. It looked like the ball from fucking The Sandlot, dude.
He caught the ball?
Somehow got the ball, or maybe the person next to him had the ball and was showing people
Oh, and it was like ripped to shreds.
It was just demolished, dude. It was just the ball from fucking the Sandlot. It was ridiculous.
Everybody.
And he sent me this. He sent me this game one, and we didn't hit his home run bet any of the games. And he hit one every game.
I'm a little bit pissed at myself for not getting enough Jared Kelenic in fantasy drafts. Everybody has been waiting for Jared Kelenic to pop off, and he comes up and then gets sent down because he sucks. And then he goes the AAA, he kills it. He comes up, he sucks. And finally, it seems like this is prospect pedigree Kelenic, and it just so happened to come together against the Chicago Cubs, which pisses me off.
The Mariners are just a weird team, right? Like you go to the playoffs for the first time in like 20 plus years last year, and then you buy no one. You literally sign no one.
See us rise, baby.
Yeah. Oh well, they signed Teoscar, didn't they? That was it.
Well, they traded for him, I think. Yeah,
they traded for him. That's it.
They should have invested a little bit more. They did make a move last year with Luis Castillo. I mean,
was a great move, and I love Luis Castillo, bro. I also love that he's not on the Reds anymore. I hated seeing him.
Get him out of the division. Yeah, I mean, they got a squad like starting staff really good. I think between Kirby and Logan Gilbert and Castillo, like those three, and then
don't say Robbie Ray because he is fried, my boy.
I mean, like. Robbie Ray's still got that strikeout stuff, but
he still gets belted.
Yeah, he can have some rough outings. Like I think the offense though, if Kelenic's Kelenic, dude, the Mariners are gonna win a lot more games this year. Like this game in particular,
the minus 175. This could be a good first five.
I don't know if I think I might just try to bet some props in this game. I don't know what to think. But yeah, maybe you just ride the Mariners starting to feel good with the bats. I don't know. That's a tough one. Eugenio Suarez over total bases, maybe.
My cousin.
Yeah, Eugenio Don Suarez.
My fucking cousin Eugenio. All right, last game of the night. MLB. My man, the pride and joy of Lucedale, Mississippi. Justin Steele travels to Dodger Stadium. Place that he did well last year against Noah fucking Syndergaard, and the Cubs are +1, dude. It's not even bias anymore, dude. It's just like Justin Steele's him.
He's
honestly, dude, this is one of those spots where Justin Steele's strikeout line is going to be lowered because he's +140. It's not going to be. I'm pulling it up right now. It's not going to be 6.5. It's going to be 7.5. Watch. Hold on. It's 5.5, but it is juiced as fuck, so it is basically 6.5. 5.5 is a minus 160, absolutely unbettable. 6.5 is probably the line that you're going to get. I don't care.
Just
Justin Steele, P-hole to B-hole, motion faces. The Dodgers, honestly, have also been a team this year that has not looked great. They're losing a lot of. I said at the beginning of the year, there's going to be a little bit of a downfall. They're still going to be the Dodgers, but they're not going to be the Dodgers that we've seen over the last few years that are minus 300 every night and just absolutely blasting people.
No, it's a tougher division now. I mean, and they didn't add a ton and they lost Trey Turner. Like
they did.
So they really just tried to rely on adding from through the system, which they're really good at.
Well, dude, they added one guy.
Jason Hayward.
You know where I was going with that, yeah. He has 3 homers.
And Syndergaard, too, but,
It's not 2012, dude. It's 2023. Justin Steele is at plus money against a guy, the way our team has been hitting the ball this week.
Thor's hammer is not going to be working. We're going to put the hammer down on Thor.
I'm taking it, dude. I like it. Plus 140.
Yeah.
Give me the Cubs.
I do worry a little bit about how much the bullpen got crunched with the Wesneski. They had the off day though today, so let's go. Let's go money line in this spot. I agree. Let's hit that plus money hammer with Justin, the pride of Lucedale.
No, Justine Steele.
Balls of Steele.
Yeah, I love that right there. And then let me get everything, all the obscure sports loaded up. We'll start with the XFL.
All right, you gotta. Let's see the rapid fire Don Father special, like 2 minutes and under.
Rapid fire pervert special.
If
All
you
right.
can do it that fast, I don't know. If you can't, that's fine.
There's only, I mean, they don't have the USFL listed, so those will just have to come from my Twitter. But they have Vegas against Houston. Don't like the game, but for those interested, Houston's -6.5. Probably would lean more towards Houston. San Antonio, Orlando, super disgusting game. Both teams eliminated from the playoffs. Jack Cohn is the quarterback of the San Antonio Brahmas. They also employ Alex Mack, former Notre Dame legend. Give me the Brahmas. Give me the Brahmas. They're coached by Heinz Ward. Why not? Arlington, D.C., no thank you. Seattle against St. Louis. Now, this is actually a very, very good football game. It's the last game. It's Sunday. It's 2 p.m. +1, so -105 for Seattle, -115 for St. Louis. This is a game that they are fighting for a playoff spot that only one of these teams can have. But one team has Josh Gordon and Philip Lindsay. One team does not. That team, instead of having those two players, averages 35,000 people a game in the XFL. Averages.
That's kind of impressive.
30 to 35, either way. Upwards of 30,000 people. This is the type of game that people will get signed off of. This is the type of game that you can clinch a playoff spot in or build that momentum towards the playoffs. But I think a high-scoring game, I think the over is probably about 46 is too high for XFL. I think if there is a play in this game, and it's A.J. Buchanan versus Ben DiNucci, Seattle is who I'm taking. And I have won some bets with the Battlehawks this year.
I was going to say, you're always betting the Battlehawks.
I'm always betting the Battlehawks. But I don't know, man. These guys can't guard Josh Gordon, bro. I've seen it. You lost a -1.5 last week because of it. And then Philip Lindsay is still Philip Lindsay. He's still a quality back. What's your NBA future while we have you?
Nuggets.
What's your odds?
I think I got 11 or no, I think I got 12-1.
Aren't they the 1 seed?
To win the title, yeah, is what I grabbed him at.
Dude, Jokic's so fat, dude.
That was, I don't know what they're at now though. Like, I don't know. I have not looked here in a minute. Let's see some futures. Nuggets are where's their future at?
Dude, Jokic literally weighs 1,000 pounds.
I don't even see it. Oh, I see. You gotta adjust this little. All right. Nuggets are 9. They're 9-1 now. I'm seeing it. But yeah, I think I got 11 or 12.
That's not bad at all, dude. That's good value for a team that's going to have home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs.
Yeah, I really like the depth now around Jokic too. I think the depth around him is pretty solid, and yeah, that's my only real futures so far to this point. I think. Who do you think is coming out of the East? Do you think it's the Bucks?
It's too late to put it out now. You guys know that even though I'm a Bulls fan, love Giannis. I think the Bucks are a great team to bet on, especially in the playoffs. Giannis props. That dude's going to be scoring, going to be grabbing boards, going to be trying significantly harder than everyone else, as he always does. But yeah, honestly, dude, I think the Bucks come out of the East, and I think the Bucks win the title. It's terrible. It's chalk. But I've been saying it. I know I haven't been on the show all year. I've been saying it for months.
Yeah, you have been. You've been telling us that in the chat. I did not want to listen to it.
I just never bet it. But yeah, and I did the same thing that they won the title the year they won the title. But it is what it is. I at the end of the day, I'm taking the Bucks. I will be betting them in the playoffs, and I mean the future is like +250, which is fucking awful. So it's just like it's at a certain time. The ship sails. The ship has sailed on me betting their future, but I do think they win the trophy.
There you go. I mean, if you honestly believe that they will, it doesn't hurt to kind of
put a little bit on it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's good value. It's not. Obviously, I'm not recommending that to do
terrible
that.
value. Yeah.
But if you are like that sold on it, you're only going to get worse value as if they win as the series move on. So
yeah.
I mean, you might as well do it now if you do feel that strong.
I do have the footy. We'll go overseas real quick. We'll go back to England. It was all right for us last week. The both teams to score one hit. Chelsea can go fuck themselves, and I got my leg back against them with Real Madrid. But, yeah, so I got a couple. I'm actually got a lot this week.
Are we traveling to Italy or what are we doing?
We're going to England first. And we're going back to what my new favorite bet is. It's both teams to score. I just got to find the odds on it. And we're good to go. But it's a team that we trusted last week, right? Newcastle, they played in that game that we called for the both teams to score. And they have a really good defense. So betting both teams to score in their games is actually zigging while they zag. But it's minus 130. Aston Villa is a team that actually they do this thing called the form table over in England where it's like, what have you done in your last 10 games, right? These motherfuckers score every game, and they're winning a lot of their games, scoring a couple times each game. So I think it's another situation where it's like a cagey game, good game, maybe a 2-1 for Newcastle or 2-1 for Aston Villa, but I think both teams find the net, minus 130 on that. Next game, Brighton-Chelsea. We're going straight back to the net, dude. Fuck Chelsea. They killed us last week. They just got killed out in Spain against Real Madrid, 2-0. They're playing against Brighton. I'm going to go with one that we haven't mentioned yet. It's called Draw No Bet, okay? Draw No Bet is a two-way money line. So if the game ties, you push. A lot of people don't know soccer money line is three ways. So in a draw, you lose unless you bet the draw or you bet a double chance. Brighton Draw No Bet. They're plus 170 regular money line, so their Draw No Bet probably be minus 110 or plus 100. Great value, 9 a.m. Saturday. After that, we're going to go to the Palace. And I know the last time I took you to the Palace, you were not happy. But
I don't think I was. I forget what – I don't know what –
it was the stupidest game of all time last year. They were up 2-0, and they lost 3-2. We had Crystal Palace double chance. But
the Malice at the Palace, dude.
Fuck them, dude. Forever for that, dude. That was awful. But – well, Everton avoided relegation that day, so they at least gave me another year in the Premier League to fade them. This is another one, plus 160 on the money line, taking the Draw No Bet, playing against Southampton. Southampton is the last place team. This is what some would say is a relegation battle. Crystal Palace won last week 5-1 against Leeds United. They're going to score at least once or twice against Southampton. I think Southampton may score as well. Could be a good both teams to score, but it's two not so great teams. So not so great on defense, not so great on offense, but these games usually end up a couple more goals.
So you're taking over? Is that what you took?
No, I took the Draw No Bet, but I also don't hate both teams to score, but I'm not that sick. Sunday fixtures, nada. I will take a quick peek over at Italy because you are my Italian brother. We will see if there's some value over there and if you can travel with me on the gondola this week.
Let's do it. I'm going to Vegas soon, so they have the gondola over there too, so I can get a little taste of Italy while I'm in Vegas with the gondola spot. I forget. Where is it at? It's I forget which spot actually has the gondola.
You gotta send me a picture when you're just zooming on the gondola.
If I can get on it.
Oh, you're tipping that thing over. You're going to the water for sure.
No, dude, I'm so fat. I'll get on one side of it the whole thing, but like the tour guide, the gondola person taking you around.
They're just like you're done, dude. Yeah. The only one that catches my eye is AC Milan money line against Bologna. They're plus 130, but they are the road team. And that's a game that if they win, they're winning 1-0 or 2-0, and it's at 8 a.m. So it's like, if I really want to be a degenerate, I'll bet that game, but I probably won't. But if I lean, we'll go with Rafael Leao. I said Leao and the boys. La Liga.
Well, dang.
Yeah, no, I'll close this out after this. I'll see nothing. It might be a Monday banger. No. One thing I will say, one of my close friends plays on the Pittsburgh Maulers. I will be blindly betting on the Pittsburgh Maulers, the money line this weekend of the USFL. Come with me for the ride. They won one game last season. They were absolutely terrible. They're due.
All right, let's do it.
My friend doesn't even play receiver. He's the center, but he's the captain. First game as captain in the USFL. Not fucking losing. Go Maulers.
All right, I'm with it. I'm with that.
Hey,
tune in to find out who it is.
The sicko minute at the end of every episode. You always got to get a USFL, XFL, and some footy in there. But, I mean, overall, some great games upon the horizon. Some NBA kicking off on Saturday. Do you have anything on that or any of the first-round matchups that may be like a series price or something that you've seen so far that's kind of caught your eye?
On NBA, I think I kind of like the Cavs over the Knicks. Cavs over the Knicks price. I think I would probably right. They're playing the Knicks, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
I'll pull up the bracket. I'll read you off the matchups right
now. I kind of feel like
obviously there's the two TBDs for the 8 seeds, but
I feel like you can get plus money on the -1.5 series.
Yeah, it's Cleveland, New York. Cleveland's technically the home team of the 4 seed. You have Milwaukee against the winner of the Bulls game, the Bulls Heat game tomorrow. You have Boston, Atlanta. You have it's so weird. There's the Eastern, there's the West too. You have Denver against the winner of tomorrow's game. You have Phoenix and LA Clippers. You have Sacramento and Golden State. You have Memphis and the Lakers. What else? ESPN fucking sucked. I'm going to NBA.com, brother. That was awful. Sixers, Nets, and Lakers, Grizzlies. The Lakers are plus money too.
Oh, man.
Dude, John Morant's a villain now, and so is Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, so
he also countersued that kid that sued him. So John's going through a lot of shit right
now. Yeah, that's a good point. I think for now I'm gonna kind of assess it. I'm gonna spend some more time looking at it. I think I'm gonna go Cavs though, like the -1.5 series. Take them to win the series. -1.5.
-1.5 got to be nice, dude.
It's plus money. It's not great. I think I saw just like +110 or something, +105.
Oh,
something
like
that.
It's going to be a fun series, though. They were playing a lot towards the end of the season, and those are, I mean, you know, the Knicks fans.
Betting against Tibbs, man. Betting against Tibbs. I don't like doing that. I like Tibbs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Cavs are just. I think they're just a better team. Honestly, I think they don't. They're not going to go to. I don't see them going to
the finals or anything, but
a 7-game series or anything crazy like that in this series. I think they're winning the series pretty nicely.
They're like 4-2.
4-2, yeah. That sounds about right. 6 games.
Perfect. Well, shit. I think we ran through it all, my man.
Yeah, we did. Let's hope this week is about the same like last, where we feel like we called everything just about right. I'd like to be up a little bit more units though than the last time.
Yeah.
You know, let's please give me like a nice little 5-unit banger. I will say, I think I probably said it on the last show, but I'm not quite going as hard on baseball as far as unit size goes. I'm half unit it.
Early in the season, yeah.
Yeah, the half uni specials are kind of. It's just kind of to get my feet wet and really feel confident with what I'm doing MLB betting wise. I don't want to feel. I don't want to act like I'm super on it yet to this point in the season because there's a lot that needs to kind of play out, and baseball is very random, and I don't feel like it's 100% locked in at this point.
That's why you had a guy like me to the show where you either getting 4-0 or 0-4, and when I go 4-0, everyone's here.
Yeah, dude. I had a day last week where I'm pretty sure I went 0-7.
Oh, fuck.
I think it was Sunday. We're 1-7 for baseball. Like it was a bad.
I actually had a bad Sunday, but then, like I said, DC bailed me out of that.
Yeah, that was the DC. No, DC didn't bail me out. That's why I was so pissed because I had the -1.5. Everything went to shit.
Not my brother, man. Hate it.
Everything went to shit, dude.
This week's ours again. We're gonna own it. Stay tuned Saturday to both our Twitters, Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, you know, we don't have shows those days, but we are firing from the hip, especially on the weekends.
Yes, sir. Firing from the hip. Don't forget, follow us at OnTap Sportsnet on all social media platforms. OnTapSportsnet.com. You can follow the Twitter handle account at OnTapBets. Beaton is at Beaton300. He is no longer a Doge account. I am at Joey Knows Nothing. Follow the Golf on Tap account at OnTap Golf as well to follow along with the tournament this week. RBC Heritage is going on. Jack and I did a podcast Tuesday night to kind of go through that. We've got all the sports teams, Chicago sports teams here doing podcasts too. Cubs on tap. I think we'll have a show tomorrow. We've got Sox on tap, obviously, full swing MLB season. The Bulls guys doing a great job. Bulls on tap, covering, the playoff play-in games for the Bulls. And then the Hawks guys, obviously, Four Feathers podcast with Jonathan Dave's last game being tonight. That's going to be, I'm not sure when they're running exactly, but did they? I don't know if
they were all at the game, so
yeah.
So not tonight, but probably tomorrow, I'd assume.
Yep. So tune in for that because I can't wait to hear what their thoughts are on the final game and what kind of time they had at watching that game. So, but yeah, with that said, man, I like you were saying. Hopefully, this is a good weekend for us. Tomorrow, we could start the weekend hot, even though really Thursdays are pretty much the start of the weekend. I do have to work though early tomorrow. But
first thing about it like this, man, if we're in a bad situation, there's no one I'd rather ride into the night shift on a Chase game than Justin Steele.
Oh God, the late night hammer. If we're fucked the whole day.
Even if we're up, we're down, we're indifferent, that shit is going to hit. I promise you, at plus 140.
There's no question about it. But
2+ money bangers on both our teams in baseball and basketball tomorrow. We're riding with the Soldiers and then a whole bunch of other fun stuff in between.
Yep. When are we? I don't know when we're gonna have another show, but we'll have another show. Hopefully
next Thursday or Wednesday.
Yeah, next Thursday or Wednesday, probably minimum, at least at that point. But Don, the world is yours. The world is ours.
World's ours. Let's win some bets this weekend. Let's crack them.
Lock them.
Go Bulls and go Cubs, baby.
Let's go. Let's do it.